2SLGBTQ 2021 Inclusive Summer Sports with Rainbow Resource Center and Dean Gios. Let's talk about inclusive teams and activities, queer camps, queer athletes, homophobia and transphobia in sports, and allyship in sports. Inclusive teams and activities. These are some of the ones we'll be talking about today. Out There Winnipeg, Sports and Recreation. Out There Winnipeg provides a healthy, inclusive, accessible, and safe space for adult folks of the 2SLGBTQ community and allies to meet, socialize, be active, and have fun. Their sport and recreation activities include both cooperative and competitive environments that cater to everyone, regardless of experience or skill level. Check out their website at www.outttherewinnipeg.ca. Cycling. Outgear is a drop-in cycling group for all members of the 2SLGBTQ communities and allies. Skill level, any. The paces slow and designated cycling routes are followed. The rides will vary, but they will always leave from our meeting spot at the Forks and return there by 9 p.m. Cost? None. Just bring yourself a bicycle and helmet. The first ride is Wednesday, July 28th, 2021. Running. Winnipeg Frontrunners is a fun, diverse, and social 2SLGBTQ running group that promotes exercise and socialization. Skill level, any. People of all abilities from beginners to veterans are welcome. Break up into two groups with one running less than 5K and another running 8 to 10K. Cost? None. And afterwards, everyone can meet up for coffee at 10 a.m. When? Every Saturday at 9 a.m. at the Forks Market by the elevator next to the ice cream shop Neo Cone. Ultimate Frisbee. Skill level, any. Official ultimate discs will be provided for use, but if you have your own that you'd like to use, please bring it. Also, bring a red and black t-shirt for a short scrimmage near the end. Cost? Donations welcome, but not mandatory to participate. A sliding scale of $0 to $5. When? July 28th, 2021, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. on the east grounds of the Legislature Building. Billiards. Skill level, any. Everyone is welcome. No need to have experience. We have players of all levels. Right now, they're at 50% capacity and a maximum of 5 people per table. Cost is a $5 sliding scale. When? Mondays at 4 p.m. starting July 26th to August 9th. Where? Flea Whiskies at 601 Erin. Pitch for Pride is an annual slow pitch tournament supporting local charities. Registration starts August 3rd, depending on restrictions. There will be an extreme fries food truck, as well as Jacked Up Jill coffee. Also prizes for pride spirit, sportsmanship, and more. Queerskate Winnipeg. Create space for GSD, 2S, LGBTQIA+, and all folks who experience discomfort at the skate park. Collects used/new hard goods for redistribution to folks in need, make available various relevant resources, and aim to nurture radical communities of support. Check out their Discord server. CROWBAR Skates. CROWBAR Skates believes in no ego, all levels, and uplifting BIPOC and 2SLGBTQ+, female skaters in Treaty 1. CROWBAR Skates was inspired by the traditional Ojibwe story of Andek the Crow, who flew spreading wisdom and guidance to the people and creatures of Turtle Island. The crowbar was chosen as the tool for dismantling white supremacy, hate, and exclusion in skate parks. Events such as skateboarding, roller skating, and all-wheel loving with an anti-colonial focus while promoting inclusivity to take up space in cis male-dominated parks. Megan, Métis OG, and Chance, Cree, are both trans and queer, directed by wisdom and guidance from their community, teachings, and multi-level local skaters. Spence Neighborhood Association has basketball, collaborating with Southside Basketball Academy, and soccer, collaborating with Manitoba African Cup of Nations. They're using COVID-safe drills to sharpen the skills for youth ages 6 to 18. And registration forms are available by email at sport@spenceneighborhood.ca, or you can pick them up at 430 Langside. University of Winnipeg has online fitness classes, education, and home exercise, such as Core Plus, Total Body Workout, and Yoga Fit. These live online fitness classes are for anyone. Register for event and receive the Zoom link. No equipment is needed, but you can add household items for increased difficulty. There's also free stretching, posture correction, self-massage, and core exercise available anytime. University of Manitoba, virtual health and fitness, offering a wide range of free pre-recorded exercise you can do from home, such as cardio, HIIT, Zumba, Muay Thai, yoga, mobility, stretches, and more. Beer camps, such as Camp Aurora, Red River College, Rainbow Online Connection, and Camp Lightbulb. Camp Aurora. Camp Aurora is Manitoba's only camp for gender and sexually diverse youth. 2021 Camp Aurora will be taking place virtually to ensure the safety of campers, staff, and workshop facilitators. We are open to campers aged 13 to 21 at the time of camp who identify as part of the 2SLGBTQ+ community or an ally, running from August 13th to the 15th. Red River's Queer Coded Camp has live online video game development camp focuses on tech, art, and creativity. You can develop new skills from 2SLGBTQIA industry professionals and allies, meet your peers, create art, and tell interactive stories, drawing, writing, animation, music, and programming. No previous game development experience is required. Ages 13 to 18. From July 19th to the 30th. Rainbow Camp, Canadian summer camp for 2SLGBTQ+ youth, their siblings, allies, and children in queer families, running from July 4th to August 27th, for ages 12 to 18. They have at-home activities and staff-led interactive programming, with new weekly themes such as artistic endeavors, leadership and activism, music and movement, and let the games begin. Campers will receive a camp in a box full of program materials and swag for each week they sign up for. The cost ranges from $75 to $260 per week with tiered payment options. You can also apply for camp scholarships to help cover partial or full camp costs. Camp Lightbulb. This is a place to hang out with other LGBTQ youth, do some chill activities, and have some real fun. Opening and closing ceremonies, Q&A with LGBTQ celebrities, and a variety show with D. Cameron May each day. It's done via Zoom, 4 hours each day, which include 5 45-minute sessions and 2 15-minute breaks. And the cost, pay what you can. Suggested minimum of $20. Runs from July 31st to September 25th. Queer athletes. The Tokyo Summer Olympics has at least 162 publicly out gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and non-binary athletes are heading to Tokyo for the Summer Olympic Games, which is more than double the number who participated in the 2016 Rio Games, and more than any of the other Olympics combined. From 27 different countries in 30 different sports, with an 8-to-1 margin of women to men. The massive increase in the number of out athletes reflects the growing acceptance of LGBTQ plus people in sports and society. The rise of social media, especially Instagram, has given athletes a forum where they can live their lives openly and identify directly with their followers. People such as Laurel Hubbard, who is from New Zealand and a transgender woman weightlifter. She is the first out transgender athlete to ever compete at the Olympics, and the oldest weightlifter at Tokyo at the age of 43. And Quinn, from Canada, who is a non-binary transgender soccer player. Toronto-born, they came out in September 2020, and is also Nike sponsored. And Yulimar Rojas, from Venezuela, a lesbian triple jumper. Only the second woman ever to record 2 career jumps of over 15.4 meters. She set a new world record for the women's triple jump at 15.43 meters. That's about 15 feet, 7.25 inches. Dutee Chand, from India, a lesbian track and field sprints and 200-meter runner, was banned in 2014 from the Commonwealth Games due to her natural level of testosterone, but fought back and won. She's also broken India's national record at the 100 meters twice. So let's talk homophobia and transphobia in sports. Things like unacceptance by your team and coaches, bullying, discrimination, harassment, provided with limited opportunities because of your identity. You may be legally unrecognized in community, country, which also leads to violence and hate, as well as on the national and worldwide circuits. You may have gender verification, such as visual observation, gynecological exams, and genetic testing. Become educated on the sexism, racism, and misogyny that is also part of the sports world that affects everyone. Because of gender stereotypes, boys may have social advantages based on being encouraged more than girls to be physically daring and adventurous and to play sports, but they do not have any inherent physical advantages. Trans children in sports. Allowing gender stereotypes and homo, bi, intersex, and transphobia to continue conveys a message that the values based on competition and winning are more important than the values of non-discrimination and inclusion. We are all created differently, with different purposes, so you can't compare me with someone else. It's really unfair. By Beatrice Massalingi, a Nambian track and field star banned from the 2021 Olympics because her natural testosterone levels are too high. Educate yourself in the variations that all humans have, specifically in the male and female genders, when it comes to the natural anatomical differences and how our hormone levels alone do not contribute to athletic advantages. Allyship in sports. Everyone deserves to be able to safely play the sports and activities they enjoy. Everyone should be allowed to participate in gendered sports and activities in the gender that most affirms them. Intersex, trans, non-binary, and gender diverse individuals need allies to help increase inclusivity in sports. You can do things like start a diversity committee, audit your spaces for inclusion, specifically around change in washroom spaces, request 2SLGBTQ+ sport inclusive training, Review current policies and question the validity and necessity of current regulations. And question the need for gendered teams, sports, and activities. Modify or create policies for procedures to address homo, bi, intersex, and transphobic comments, athletes, spectators, etc. And also review your registration forms, posters, pamphlets, etc. for inclusive language. Now let's talk about Chelsea Wolfe. She's a US trans BMXer. Chelsea thought a trans girl like her could never be a professional BMX rider. See how she proved herself wrong, found a supportive community in the BMX world, and will make history as a trans reserve athlete at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Let's watch her video. Trigger warning, mention of self-harm.
When I'm on my bike, nothing else exists. In 2016, when they first announced the addition of the sport to the games and that there would be equal opportunities for women and then of course equal opportunities for trans athletes, that I came to consider this might be something I can do with my life. Olympians, to me growing up, were basically superheroes. The Olympics are regarded as the highest possible level that you can ever achieve in sporting. I respected the dedication that it took to get to that level, no matter the sport you're in. Some of the resistance that I've gotten has ranged from all of the minor microaggressions that you face as a trans person, of like misgendering, dead naming, refusing to acknowledge that you deserve equal human rights, all the way up to death threats and threats of violence. I felt like my world was going to be so limited because I was trans. I didn't think that I would be accepted at all. I tried to keep myself as small as possible. I didn't want people knowing that I existed. I tried to keep to myself, and I didn't think that I deserved to have a place in the world, and I didn't expect that I would have one. So I had to make the decision of, do I go the easy route and live as stealth, or do I decide to become the person that I needed when I was younger, so somebody else who's dealing with the same struggle doesn't have to struggle so much because they see that there is a path in the world for them. For the most part, a lot of BMX riders are extremely open and supportive to anyone that wants to get involved. So a lot of my friends and support to this day comes from the BMX world. It's kind of a sport for outcasts. Like, you didn't really fit in with the swim team, or you didn't have it cut out for football or baseball. I got plagued by the thoughts of, but it's not possible for you though, not as a trans girl. You'll never be accepted by the other riders, by sponsors. No company is going to want you to be the public face of their brand. These opportunities are just not going to exist for you. And it wasn't a very far leap from there for my brain to go if you're giving up all the things that has ever brought you happiness in your life, you might as well just kill yourself. I was pushing myself in ways that I really shouldn't have been, and it led to a string of accidents and injuries. And there was one, the injury itself wasn't bad, but it shook me. After this crash, my friend Tasha noticed that the emotions that she saw coming from me were a lot stronger than what really should have been brought up by the crash. And she followed me and just told me, spill. She wouldn't let me leave until I told her what was going on. And that was honestly one of the first times in my life that I ever felt like I deserved to tell someone how I felt. Now, to have my life unfold in that I have many wonderful friends who support me fully and will stand up for me when needed and cheer for me when I succeed. It's incredible. I get messages of support all the time of people saying that what I'm doing made them realize that they can do anything they set their mind to, and they shouldn't be held back by whatever their identity or who they are is. Every time I get one of those messages, it really heals the wounds that were inflicted by not believing I had a place in the world growing up. I needed an inspiration like that when I was younger, and that person didn't exist yet. So getting to be that person now means the world to me.
Other great videos to watch: Team Canada's BU and the Canadian Olympic team's One Team. Now, go out there and play. You can contact us for more information at our website, rainbowresourcecenter.org, or on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or you can contact us at our phone number or our mailing address. Thank you.